All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the membership. Even if you did to come and build with the general. That's right. Ring the alarm. King Seti, Rasul Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, Africore accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. Get on over there. Check out the catalog. Get you something nice. Get a discount. Shop and save and shop. That's right, family. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. Seti University. We talking about over 2,000 presentations. Y'all already know it's fire. Over 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love from the general. Plus, we got the hand-picked documentaries and lectures from the grandmaster teachers. Man, so much fire on there that there's no other website on the planet that could compare or compete. You should, if you're part of the Black truth seekers, then you should goddamn it be on the site today. Check it out. Check out the catalog and be amazed. That's right, family. We just got off of Patreon. Y'all already know I put in some heavy work. You got to get over there. You got to get it. You got to get them jewels that I'm dropping over there. You feel me? I'm dropping them every goddamn way. It's like a goddamn Easter egg hunt. When motherfuckers looking all through, yeah, I got them. I'm dropping gems every motherfucking way. So you better be out there, you know, get your bag and drop your gems in it. You feel what I'm saying? It's over there waiting on you. Patreon, over 500 exclusive live streams. You must have that, family. I'm telling you. I'm on Rumble. I'm ready to beat my chest in the jungle. The Black Power scholar that won't stumble or fumble. You already know what it is. I'm coming to disrupt on Rumble. You should be a part of that. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go live today. And so make sure that you, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, hit that goddamn notification bell, and get ready, because we turning up on their ass today. You feel me? To all the family out there that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the hardworking general. Link right there in the video description is in the chat. Click it. Donate. I thank you ahead of time. I really appreciate you. And make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarasu and Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Nah, I had to stay on this nigga. Yeah, I got to work out on it. You know, you know, and a lot of people see. This is how I work. I got playlists of all type of shit up there. I don't, you know, I don't come back. You know, usually I work out on a motherfucker or a subject when I feel that I have said all I need to say for people to come on the internet, come to my page, and get the information that will destroy that ideology, destroy it. I don't want to leave nothing, no chance of, the shit to breathe. I want to suffocate it, So this is some people, I see motherfuckers, they all they do is they find a motherfucker and they just ride that motherfucker. I'm not that. I don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And no, I don't do shit. I'm not trying to I don't need the nigga's name or none of that. I'm General Seti. I don't need no nigga's name. I don't need your energy. It's just the fact is you in my house, motherfucker. You in my house. And when I say my house, and when you talk about ancient Egypt, Africa, the Kushite civilization, you in my house. And any motherfucker step up in my house, man, I'm like a ferocious lion. That I come out, you understand, very savage, in the name of truth in African academia. You see what I'm saying? And so I almost, until I feel that I've exhausted, myself in crushing motherfuckers. Because y'all really thinking y'all gonna get away with this shit. And you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. And so so today we're talking about, in this particular presentation, Billy Carson says we have alien DNA in our bodies. Are we from the Pleiadian star system? Now, I mean, this is just crazy. That when you look today, do you know that we will accept, as a people, we will literally accept any origin, concept of origin other than Africa? Do you understand that? We'll fight. We'll say we from the goddamn star system of Palladius before we'll say we from Africa. I mean, and it's something about that. It's something about that. Damn near every ideology disdain Africa right now. Look at it. I want you to look at it. Why is it that damn near every ideology disdain the African origins of civilization? That niggas would rather believe they from another fucking planet before they would believe they from Africa. And so this is crazy, you see, but it's showing it's something, because Africa is supposed to be, and we know better, but Africa is supposed to be, niggas running around with, naked, you understand, with a bone in their nose, motherfucker got one string of hair in the middle of his head with a goddamn a lion bone in that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Some type of human bone in the middle, wrapped up like a barrette and shit on a little strand of hair in the middle of a nigga head, running around screaming ooga booga. Motherfucker got a pot. He got a pot. You know what I'm saying? Got a pot ready to cook a motherfucker in. You see, and so this is what's been taught us. Why is it that if that's so, why is it so hard, for even white people to accept that we African? You know what I'm saying? Or accept the fact that civilizations in Africa are African. You see? And so this is, we're dealing with something in all the way around the board. You got black people that and like we didn't explain this shit to them time and time and time and time again, that we understand our people being the originators of science and civilization all over the planet. We understand that. We've explained that time and time and time again, that we understand that Africa, the mother, has spread her children out all over the planet, and they have produced great and mighty civilizations that are to be revered and glorified in all annals of African history. We need to record and glorify the manifestations of African and Kushite civilizations everywhere. And they still don't want to accept that interpretation. They will rather sever themselves from Africa in order to be some independent, creation, to be some independent creation separate from the mother. You see, and so what I'm saying, that this is almost 100% universal amongst all goddamn interpretations of today, including this one, and not just black. We talking about all peoples. They want to explain away civilization from Africa by any means necessary. No other continent, no other landmass, no other people. History is attacked like African history by damn near every philosophical, ideological, interpretation on the planet. And that shows you how dangerous the knowledge of Africa is and who are the true inheritors of that knowledge. How dangerous they will become when they realize that, damn, that's us. That's me. That's you. You see? That's why, we must create all of these fallacies. And Billy Carson is one of those, one of these gatekeepers that they got out here right now. He's not a great gatekeeper because I'm gonna kick the motherfucking gate off the gate. Ain't gonna be no gate. I'm gonna kick it off the fence. I'm gonna kick that motherfucker clean off the fence because he's not mighty enough. See, the thing is, when you tell a lie, see, it's like smoke. When you reach out and you go to grab smoke, that shit just go right through your fingers. You see, and so we are clearly able to crush anything that he said because we've already crushed his teachers where he got this shit from. And see, the thing is, because it's clear, we can clearly show where he got the information from. And all you niggas out there who say SETI, I hear motherfuckers say SETI, why you cut into Billy like that? Y'all kind of, similar. No, we not similar. Motherfucker, I'm not talking about, I understand when I say that, we are other stars and, that we are the, in the, No, it ain't sturdy at all. You know what I'm saying? You know how niggas, when niggas, we nigga rig shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you go to shut the gate and the motherfucker fall off just trying to close the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker you got to hold it up and set it on the goddamn hook. You don't try to close it. You pick the motherfucker up and set it on the hook. Because if you just try to slam the motherfucker, whole fence fall down. You see what I'm saying? You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't gonna never, and I say that, and I'm saying that not the Naga. I'm not talking about the Naga. I'm talking about when you're living in a matrix and you don't, and you want to put makeshift information up like is actually fact. Fact stand. It don't make no difference whether you attack it or not. Fact gonna stand. Fact gonna stand. Motherfucker can say whatever they want to say about the pyramid is in Africa. Okay? And the continent is and has been, was always populated by African people. That's all it is to it. Now you could debate on whatever else you want. It's in Africa. You see? And like I say, when I discuss that we are of the stars, what I'm saying is that all of creation is in us. So when we look and we see the elements of creation, and whether it's carbon, whether it's oxygen, whether it's hydrogen, we look up there and we always looking up and not realizing that what is ever up there is in us. You see? And so realizing that, we would create, and when we mapped out, our people wouldn't see, when you see these niggas out here and they talk this theosophy shit, and they talk that our people was really building scientific programs, calendars, you see, and mapping out the constellations and shit. That take more than just fallacy. You see, these niggas spitting fallacy. They'll talk about the Pleiades star system and the Andromeda system and all these systems. But it was our ancestors that over a course of hundreds of thousands of years mapped out these constellations, which you see in all the ancient temples of Egypt, and even far earlier than Egypt with Naphtali, and then even on down into South Africa, Adam's clock, and all that. They had been mapping out these constellations far longer than ancient Egypt. Okay, far longer than ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is the last great manifestation of the ancient knowledge, but the knowledge that had been, we started to experiment, to do research. This goes back far into the hundreds of thousands, even the millions of years. You see, when African people put up the first hut, you can't build a pyramid until you build a hut. You see, and so it started with the hut, taking the sticks and bending them and shit and putting them together and tying them, bending them and learn how to tie them together so they sturdy. And that didn't, you couldn't do, they didn't get even the hut. This motherfucker's building some sturdy ass hut. That motherfucker waterproof and everything. You can go right on in and you live and for a motherfucker who out there in that jungle, that motherfucker like a mansion. You see what I'm saying? And so it started with the hut. And over a course of hundreds of thousands of years, they developed from that hut. And then they went into the mud brick. You know, they started to use the mud and put the mud on the outside as a casing, and you know that it hardened and preserved the hut. And then they would start to use geometrical symbols and start building the blocks and the mud bricks and shit. And then eventually they would start to use stone. You know what I'm saying? They would use stone, and then most of the stone probably was more rugged, and they would plaster it, and then they would want to carve the stone and give it structure like the mud brick. But they knew they couldn't just, like with the mud brick, you could just make a geometric shape and just put the mud down and let it harden, and then, pull it off, and then you got the dimensions that you want, as far as the brick. But they knew that they would have to cut the stone, and it took them a long time to create the tools and because they had to learn that geology. They had to learn that geology, the hardness and the softness of certain stones and certain minerals, and and to chart which ones were harder than the next. And so they knew that granite and that shit is hard, and so they had to start with a softer stone first, and then and they understood the hardness of stones and minerals, and they knew what tools or stones that they could create tools out of that would cut through those particular stones that they were building with, eventually developing up to where they probably had like diamond tip and even laser. You see, we can't put that, and think, listen, and I keep saying this, that we keep playing our ancestors. Listen to me. If they could build that goddamn pyramid, they could create lasers. Anything that you see today, they could create it. There's no way they could build pyramids and not create a laser. What's more mind blowing, the laser or the goddamn pyramid? The pyramid is still the greatest invention, because all this shit gonna pass. This shit gonna pass. It ain't like it's constructed to last forever. If this civilization fall down and those who create lasers, they ask for it ain't gonna be no lasers. That type of knowledge can pass and people won't even know they goddamn created it. But that goddamn pyramid ain't going nowhere. That motherfucker gonna be here another at least 50,000 years. It's gonna stay here because it's created to a perfection. You understand what I'm saying? It's created to a perfection. And so we have to understand that. And so now Billy Carson is saying, now I could not believe what this man said. And I want y'all to hear what he's saying. I want nigga, use a monkey, nigga. The Anunnaki, when they came here, nigga, you was You was running around this motherfucker, Homo erectus. You were not Homo sapien, nigga. Not that I believe in that, but I'm gonna explain this shit to you so that you understand. You was a motherfucking a monkey man. You was, when he said, because matter of fact, let me put this shit in here, man. I don't want, and you motherfuckers out here mad at me because you want to be a monkey. That's really what you saying. You want to be a monkey, nigga. That's really what you saying. Wait a minute. Where's that shit at? Here it is, right here. Here we go. Listen to this shit.
Who are we in Genesis?
So we are the Anunnaki according to the ancient Sumerian text. So if you look at Genesis, which is the generations of Isis, and the reason why is because Isis took an egg out of one of our cousins that was here, and
Wait a minute. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna bring it back. He says Isis took it out of one of our cousins. See, that's his slick way of saying that we had not reached the stage of Homo sapien. He's saying, nigga, you was a Homo erectus. You was one of those lesser stages of evolution. And that Isis, hear me out, took one of her eggs. Wait a minute. Listen to this shit now.
Took an egg out of one of our cousins that was here, and she actually...
No, wait a minute. So wait a minute. Let me get that right. I don't want to lie. So Isis took an egg out of a monkey woman. That's what he's saying. So Isis took the egg out of a monkey woman. Okay, let me clear that up.
Inserted it into her womb and took it to full term for 10 months and gave birth to the Adamu according to the ancient text. And the Adamu means first man. It wasn't the first person on earth.
I looked at the etymology of Adam the other day, and I found Adama, which is a Hebrew word for dirt, earth, soil. So it led me to believe that the story of Genesis as we read it is not that. It's not people necessarily.
Well, it's actually what it is they had found a way, believe it or not, thousands of years ago to create cloned people. This ain't my idea. This is the ancient tablets.
Right.
So you hear that for yourself. So Isis took an egg out of a monkey woman and mixed her blood and mixed her DNA. Took, just like how they get the cell and then they take the interior of a woman's cell, her reproductive eggs. And then what they do is they take the nucleus out of it and they implant a fabricated nucleus. You see what I'm saying? And place it back into the woman, and she gives birth to something that ain't even of her. The egg is really just a vehicle at this point. But what's in it ain't got nothing to do with her. And so that's where, so now let's hear this shit again so we could get a clear understanding.
Genesis, I'm like, what does this mean? Who are we in Genesis?
So we are the Anunnaki according to the ancient Sumerian text. So if you look at Genesis, which is the generations of Isis, and the reason why is because Isis took an egg out of one of our cousins that was here, and she actually took genetic material out, inserted it into her womb, and took it to full term for 10 months. And
so Isis took monkey genes and put it in. She gave birth. Yeah, Isis gave birth to this whatever this aberration, whatever it called. You know what I'm saying? It's some creature. This is a created thing, man. This is a created thing. This is almost like the goddamn alien, when the very first alien. Remember when that motherfucking alien got in that woman? And she was in there, I believe she had become pregnant, or the motherfucker was in her stomach, and the motherfucker ended up busting out her goddamn stomach. You see what I'm saying? This nigga should know better than this shit. Ain't nobody gonna talking about SETI. Why, man, any motherfucker teaching some shit like this, man, is an enemy. How the hell you gonna teach our babies and shit some garbage like this? This is pure garbage, And you talking, I like the way motherfuckers teach like they actually sitting on a cloud or something. You know what I'm saying? Watching ISIS do this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Watching, I seen it, I seen when ISIS did this. She took the egg out there. Nigga, you act like you was there. You see what I'm saying? Where did you get this from? Of all the scholars I ever heard teach on ancient Egypt, You the first motherfucker, even out of the Theosophists. I ain't never heard no shit like this in my life, even from the Theosophists. You see, so nigga, you on some nigga, you is Theosophy on steroids. Yeah, you on you Theosophy on steroids, nigga. You done took this shit to a level beyond even the most confused Theosophists. So let's finish hearing this shit now.
Gave birth to the Adamu, according to the ancient text.
Adamu. So she gave birth to the Adamu. Now that remind me of that goddamn. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm chasing that because I understand that there, you know, is something to that. Now when I did look it up, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not gonna lie, you know, because that's what I do. I'm a hunter. You know, when it comes, I'm gonna hunt. I'm gonna chase you down, and I ain't went through that word yet. But when I did put it in, Luciferian shit came up. I'm just gonna tell you. Yeah, Luciferian shit came up, even though it was some Mesopotamian shit came up. Some Luciferian shit came up too. Some witchcraft shit came up. So they're using that term Adamu, and it almost remind me of that Doctor Strange movie where he fought in that very first movie when he fought, what's that motherfucking demon name? Somebody gonna get it from before me. He fought that motherfucker at the end. Somebody gonna put that motherfucker in there. Let me see. Why somebody put it in there? There it is. Somebody, Dormammu. See, right there. That right there. You put it in there. Dormammu. See? Dormammu. See? Right there. See, you know, because my mind be clicking. So when he said Adamu, then that was the first, that Dormammu, that shit popped up in my head. I say, wait a minute. What is this nigga talking about? You know what I'm saying? And so clearly, I know Doctor Strange is based on occultism. Just let's be real about that. You know what I'm saying? And so I chase that shit. You know, when I hear terminology, I go and I say, oh, right there. And that's why when I did put Adamu in there and I went, you know, I didn't go, I just went to images and I looked and I seen some, Dormammu. And so that's very similar. Not certain. That's Thor. That's Thor. You know, there's something, So I'm chasing that to find out because theosophy is intertwined with witchcraft. Witchcraft. We got to deal with that. And I'm gonna show you the guy that gave him this award and shit and this, that. I'm gonna show you that all that ancient aliens, man, they theosophists and they intertwine with witchcraft. I'm gonna wake your ass up today to this nigga right here. I'm not, and when I'm gonna exhaust myself. I'm gonna exhaust myself until you can no longer even attempt to try to teach this shit without somebody being able to come to General Seti's page and get that fucking work, get that information, and show up on your shit and expose you for what the fuck you is. And most of you niggas out here, that's how I know that you're undercover got crackatosis. That's what you got. Because once I show you the origin of what he's teaching, see, that's your way, because you know that's your way of continuing white worship, because you white worshiping through Billy Carson. That's what you doing. You white worshiping. You say, oh, because he's black, you gonna say, oh, well, that's a black man. Yeah, but he's spitting nothing but the tosis. That's all he's spitting is the toasters. He's got epidemic white worship syndrome. He's got epidemic white worship syndrome. And they have put him out here as a gatekeeper to get you to join in on the team. He says he's exposing religion, and that's all he's ever given your black ass is religion. That's all he's replaced God with, even a more corrupt understanding of God, which is the Anunnaki. You better wake up. You better wake up before it's too late. I thank you. We still got a heavy day today. We're going to keep it rolling. This is General Sarasu Seti. Keep it on goddamn notifications on all, y'all. Hit that note. When you go to notification, make sure that shit say, oh, I'm coming back. Don't you go no goddamn where. We gonna stay on these motherfuckers until they are dust. Hit up some of them links. Support the general. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.